Hello everybody, it's Edwina from My Craft Orchard. How are you? November's supply challenge, planner supply challenge, as you probably can guess from this, is Christmas. Oh, let me tell you, I have gone through not all but most of my Christmas supplies, and oh boy do I have a lot. And that's not everything. I do know there's more boxes of planner supplies specifically for Christmas. This is specific to Christmas, not that I can use any other time of the year. And I've actually got a cookie tin, a shortbread tin with a deer on, which is full of washi and that. And do you think I can find it? I've put it in that safe place, and that safe place is just eluding me at the moment. I'm hoping to find it in the next couple of weeks, but I couldn't show you. But I do store my Christmas washi and stamps and that sort of thing in a biscuit tin, which has got a Christmas scene on it. So I thought I'd show you a few of the things that I've got, and I'm going to talk to you about how I plan to use some of these. What I will say, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write in next October, do not buy any Christmas planner supplies. I can't help it. I go and get, washi or stickers, or, you're in the shops and there they are, and I just can't help myself. So let's have a look. The first thing, and again, I have a lot of this stuff. I've got some 12 by 12 papers, and a lot of these have come out of either the range or the works. And I've had these a few years, so if you go and have a look, you'll probably find that there's different varieties and patterns. But generally, this one's a glittery pack, and some of them are glittered and some of them aren't. And then you have a more traditional pad. And as you can see, that one's out the works, £3. I've had this a couple of years ago, and it is nice. I mean, the paper's great. It's double-sided. If you don't particularly like this sort of paper with the edging, the back of that is just this sort of holly greenery. And these obviously have a lot of different uses. You can make dividers for your Christmas planner. You can cut a bit out and put it in your bullet journal, put it as bookmarks. You can make Christmas cards out of them, all sorts of things. So 12 by 12 pads, there's quite a lot of those about. I have also got so much stuff, it's ridiculous. I keep saying that. Some 6 by 6 pads, and these again were only £2 from out of the works. And I've got some more sort of modern-y ones. Again, I had these all last couple of years because I've got so many of them. I'm not going to buy any more. But that's quite a nice sort of modern-y one. And then this one is more of a snowy one, which I tend to use more in January. January is more my sort of snowy whites, but there are a few sort of Christmassy, like this tree one here. I'll probably use over Christmas, but they're quite nice. Again, you could make bookmarks out of them, and I do have a bit of a trick that I'm going to show you how to use one of these for in a minute. I always like to keep Christmas cards from past years as well. Again, because generally what happens is this piece here is written on and then this back piece isn't. So consequently, you could use that as an index card. You could use it as a bookmark. Just put it in and then write like a memory on the back of it for memory keeping, that sort of thing. What else have I got? I have papers. Things that I've cut out of magazines. These are papers out of like craft magazines. It's a good place to have a look at the crafts, particularly the craft magazines at the moment, because they have lots of things. That's a do craft sort of. A lot of this stuff is sort of scrapbooking things. There's a page there. Oh, what's that? That one is a Santa list. So I got a pack for Harry to write a letter to Santa, and that's like a thank you letter, but you see you could cut that off like that and you've still got all of these nice characters to put on his page. And what was I looking at? Yeah, so that's, there you go. So that one's out of a magazine. So those are the sort of places I've been collecting these type of things. And card making, there's a like big Christmas card making sort of thing. You can also get dedicated paper craft packs. So this is one I had last year and I've hardly used any of it. So this was an A4 Ultimate die cut and paper pack, 48 pieces, and there was pop out bits and envelopes, as well as the bits I've pulled out to show you. There's some vellum, which is lovely, and then there was some different coloured papers, and there was, let's see, I'll put them in here, cards and sort of punch out bits to stick on and make Christmas cards or whatever. And they're all of it, and I've got, I think I've got stamps for this. There's even a snow, like snow to put in like one of these shaker things. And I bought everything. I went a bit crazy and bought everything on the idea of doing memory keeping using the same theme. It didn't happen. It's as simple as that. And I'm going to do a whole other video on how my Christmas planner, what my Christmas planner looks like, and how I've come to decide what I'm doing this year for Christmas planners. So watch out for that. Make sure you've subscribed and all of those sort of things so you don't miss it. So again, dedicated packs. I've then got stickers. I've got paper clips. I've got post-it notes with Christmassy things on, various stickers. So that was like a December page out of one of the seasonal things, sticker that my sister sent me, stickers out of magazines, sticker books that you can pick up. These are children's stickers. They came as like a roll, and I sort of just basically nabbed them for Christmas planning. There's these here are like sticky up ones, like gel ones, so clear ones, oh, you name it, I've probably got it. So those are stickers. Then obviously we have washi, and now I confession, I had to buy this because I can't find my washi tin. But there's some quite nice ones there. They're not, thinking about what's in my tin, you know, that I've collected over the last 2 or 3 years. These are okay. These are a good substitute, and I suppose in some respect it'll show that this Christmas is different from last Christmas because I've got different washi, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. The other thing I've got, stencils. So I've got some leaf ones, and then I've got one here that says, gotta get it the right way, Merry Christmas. And then there's one here with Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Santa, and that sort of thing. Washi out of a magazine, other things, children's pictures, that sort of thing. And then these I had out of the Works. That one was out the Works, and then that one was out of Hobbycraft. And they're basically they're stencils. So if I move that around a bit, they're stencils. Now I don't know if they're for cake making or whether they're for drawing, but I bought them for basically drawing, and these are the ones. So you've got Christmas Eve box, Merry Hill, Santa and a few snowflakes on that one, and then I bought this because it's got some nice baubles on, and then that's the stencil, and you're supposed to stencil through the whole. We could take that off, and that just sort of moves around. So some of those baubles are really pretty. So those are those. The other thing I've got are these. Now, this is the Happy Planner Christmas Noel sticker pack that Deborah got me back. My sister got me from America only in the last month. So none of these have actually been used, and it is amazing. I will use this for years and years to come, I can see, but I really like, and I've seen some out of here that I'm already going to use. Love it, love it. Some really, really nice stuff in that one. And then this one is the Carpe Diem that I've been using every month, and I will be using the Christmas one, which is that one. In fact, while I'm here, I'll take that out. And those are the colours I like to use for Christmas. I am a very traditional person. I like reds and greens, blues, and this sort of blue and that sort of tealy colour are more January for me, because here in the UK we tend to have snow in January as opposed to in December. But you know, Santa's red, green are the trees. So every year I tend to have a theme, and I try to think about what the theme is going to be, and I've decided all based on one thing, which is this Christmas card. Now I know you said, well, they're doing that silver. Well, it's actually black and sort of a very light gold, but it isn't the colour, it's the tree. It's that tree there that I absolutely love. So I'm thinking I'm going to go back to the traditional sort of Christmas, and we're going to be looking at trees. My theme for all of my planning this year is going to be trees. So what I've got, I put that stencil aside there with that tree on there, and I've got a whole sheet of trees here. Okay, so these are the sort of things I'll be using. So I've decided on my theme. I'm gathering the supplies with all the trees on and things that just speak to me, if I'm honest. I think, oh, that'll be nice for my Christmas. Now I do two things with these. I'm going to be doing a Christmas planner, which I said is going to be another video. I do try to do Christmas dailies, which starts on the 1st of December and runs through to the 5th of January. So that's the whole of December plus the 12 days of Christmas, which takes us into January. I don't know whether I'm going to do that. I haven't decided. I've tried it over the last few years, but I've got a solution, I think, that will come. But that's in a totally different video. So please make sure you catch that as well. So we're into trees. So let's have a look how I'm going to use these in my planning. But before I do that, I wanted to show you this. Now this is a Christmas gift labels. Okay, again, it's only £1 out of the works, and I like using these because they are labels that you put on and to gifts. So it says Christmas wishes to and from. Well, what I tend to do, let's just cut one off, because they've got, that one's a bear, look, and then we've got trees and Santa and snowman, and then it does a repeat. So you've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you've got 6 different designs there. Well, you could fussy cut that, so you could cut round him, or I tend to just cut him off like that, and then I might just round this corner here. I might take the bit of the gold off or leave it as is, and then that will probably sit in a corner of one of my pages. And the other bit that I've cut off, I've actually got Merry Christmas there, so what I can do is I could just cut that off there like that. and then I've got a bit of a Christmas wishes as well. If I really wanted to fussy cut, I could cut the edge off that other piece as well, or I could use that as a sticker for a present, because it still says to and from, so I could write to Mom from Edwina, or to Deborah from Edwina, something like that, still on there. Okay, so there's just an idea. You don't have to go out and buy specific stickers. You could always use something like that as a cheap alternative, and like there's 6 designs, they're gold foiled, it was only £1, and there's actually 100 labels in there, so it's actually quite good value, that is. Okay, let me show you what I'm going to do. Planner wise, I'm using, as I said, I'm using 2, so I'm using 6 rings, and I'm using a notebook. All of this will be much better explained in another video, as I keep saying. So in the rings, what I can do is I can actually cut that card out. I could cut the daughter and son-in-law off like that. I could cut and leave that there, or I could take that off and I could actually stick it onto another piece of paper, or I could put it in as it is and then just cover that up if I want to, or leave it as it is, whatever. And then on the inside there's actually, it's one of these double cards where there's actually a piece of paper in there as well. So what I could do is cut that off, and then I could write on there a memory, or so if you were a memory keeper you could just cut it off, put it into the rings, and then you could use that other side to write the memory on, or put a photograph on, or something like that. So that's quite a good thing. I've got some black paper with dots on, which I thought might be nice if to do like the glitter pens and that. Never really used black paper, so I thought that would be a good thing. And then I've got pockets I can decorate, and then I've also got just a normal notebook which is red. I've had this a long time and I didn't really know what to do with it, but when I found it I was like, red, it's got to be Christmas. And all it is just a lined notebook. I never know which way it goes. I don't know if it's that way or that way. I think it's going to be that way. But it's got this lovely gold edging on it, and it's just lined. So what I was planning on doing for this is probably going to be my December dailies. And so with those, again, with my card, what I could do is I could just cut that out and put that on the front there, as like a start page in a bullet journal, or I could actually I could tip it in with some washi tape or something like that. With these, I could just cut round these and then put these on the page, just cut them out and stick them on. Same with Christmas cards. The paper, these papers, I could, like for instance that one, I could cut that out and I could just stick that on, and then I could do some writing on the lines at the top here, and then I could like put a memory or put a photograph, and then I've got the decoration and something nice if I was memory keeping. As a bullet journal, I could write in today's to-do list and then put a memory in there. In my rings, I can punch that and actually put them in. They are a bit smaller, but you could do it top or bottom. So if that's A5, it's about the same width as A5, so you could put them top or bottom, as like a flappy bit, and then you could write a memory on the back, and then you've got this bit at the bottom where you could put a photo, and then you've got, you know, something to highlight it with. So that's quite nice. So there's a couple of ideas for all of this stationery. So the other thing I've done with the 6x6 is I have used them as lists. So what you could do, so for instance that one, let's take that off. You could use that one as it is, and you could write on the top Mom, and then under there you could write a list of what you're going to get Mom, Or you could actually write Mum on there, this is what I would like for Christmas, and then write out like a list of things that she could get you. I did that last year. My sister and my mum both got one, but I actually did them on index cards. And with the index cards, what I did was I just got a bit of washi and jazzed them up a little bit. So I put a bit of washi on the top like that, and then underneath I wrote my list to give to my family, purely because I'm a planner addict, and there are certain things that I knew that my mum would get me, but she had no idea what it was or what the name of it was, or a particular pen that my sister would quite happily get me, but the specific name or colour or something like that. So that's one way. I also have stuck a picture on, and you could put your shopping list, so you could divide this into sections and say, right, this is what I need to buy my dad, this is what I need to buy my mum, this is what I need to buy my son, my daughter, my grandparents, and you take that in your bag, and it's a card rather than a great big planner that we all like. So there are a couple of tips for you to try and use some of your supplies. Oh, that's really pretty, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helps. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. I'm always open to new things to use my craft supplies up with. I love Christmas. I am so excited, and I know it's only November, but we need to get planning. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to put your pictures onto Instagram. See you soon. Bye.